What's up, guys? And this is the We Three Gamers podcast. I'm MegaShotGamer, along with.
Terminator T 1988.
In 1984 Terminator.
What's up, guys?
I'm doing pretty fucking good. How about you?
I'm pretty good. How you doing, John?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing very well. So, what upcoming games are you guys looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Mass Effect 3. I'm dying to wait for that game. I've been waiting ever since I beat the second one, and I've freaking been drooling over myself to play the first one. I got the collector's edition. Look out on my channel because I'll be unboxing that shit for you guys, and I'll probably be definitely giving a review, and I'll hopefully be beating that shit one day
Nice.
or 2 days.
Nice.
How about you? How about you, John?
Well, with me, I'm looking forward to. Since I was a game of Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, so I can see how, so I can see how they took it over from Sucker Punch, and also Mass Effect 3 because of how Mass Effect 2 ended.
Phenomenal.
Nice. I'm looking
Same
forward to quite a few, actually. I'm looking forward to Twisted Metal. I'm a big fan of the series. Quite glad to see David Jaffe coming back to the developing chair. Very looking forward to Max Payne 3, Metal Gear Solid Rising. Really looking forward to that one too. I'm a big Max Payne fan also, so I can't wait for that one. So yeah, pretty much that's pretty much all I'm looking forward to. I've already picked up most of this year's big game hits, like like Darkness 2. Some of the good ones.
I definitely can't wait for shit. I can't remember the new South Park game again.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out.
That was gonna be good too.
Yeah, Obsidian Entertainment's developing that one.
Oh,
And
go ahead, John.
they want to keep it in the 2D style, and they don't want to go 3D with it.
Which I don't blame them because every time they do 3D, they always flop out.
I'm really looking forward to Diablo 3 too. I really need to pre-order that one pretty soon.
I got my new netbook. Hopefully, I can play that game on my PC and enjoy it. And all three of us can play on it.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
What do you guys think about the new rumors about the 720 controller about being touchscreen?
Man, I don't. That might cause some issues. You think?
Yeah.
My major issue is like how much would it cost
Yeah.
if you break that shit.
Well, like, what if you're playing like, let's say you're playing Halo and you want to jump, but instead it you accidentally slide your thumb to the wrong position or something, and you accidentally press reload, or you press melee or something, and
Yeah.
you do something different than you actually wanted to. I mean, it could happen,
Yeah.
Or if we can do like on the touchscreen, you can make like a play-by-play, like Madden. Like you say, hey team, this is where I died, and this is where you need to go. You know what I mean? Like play out the map.
Yeah.
Well,
But that can go wrong too because you can get some assholes say fuck you and
well, that would probably be for the multiplayer aspect of it. I think. Well, if it does go touchscreen, I think one of the big problems will probably be lag.
True.
I mean, if you're moving, like, say, Master Chief or Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War 4, if they do make one, and if it is touchscreen and you're trying to make Marcus shoot like one of the locusts, and you're moving and you're trying to move the cursor, it might lag. So that's one of the reasons. So that's one thing I'm worried about with that.
how about the used game factor? Maybe that I've been hearing a lot of rumors about that, about the new 720 that will not play used games at all.
I don't think they'd actually kill businesses with that. I mean, I don't think Microsoft would actually do that. They might, but I just don't really see it happening. It was just a rumor. It was not a proven fact, so I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. I mean, it's a rumor, so I mean, rumors can easily be debunked.
And
That'd be like the major X factor of the Xbox being destroyed.
And not only would it be the major, of the Xbox being destroyed, but it'd also be the major destruction of, like, GameStop, But
Yeah.
the best thing about pre-owned games, I don't care if it's already been played. It's like $10 or $5 cheaper, Okay, if you see, like,
Exactly.
let's say you see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, $60, and then you look to the left, and there it is pre-owned for like 53 or $55. Which one are you gonna buy?
If I used one, then I can.
Here's one.
If I didn't like it, I can always bring it back and get my money back.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody else's trash is somebody else's treasure.
Yeah.
Um, what do you guys think about the PS4 release and expectations? I think the PS4 may release by like the end of 2013 and the beginning of 2014, because if they show it off this year, then at E3, then you know, I mean, if they say for 2013, I think it's still a little early. I mean, there's still a lot that the PS3 can do. I mean, we have The Last of Us coming, like either at the end of this year, at the beginning of next year. So, I mean, we still have that game, and plus Little Big Planet Karting, which is another exclusive coming out for the PS3. So, PS3 still has some time left before PS4 gets released. But,
I completely agree with you, John. I think the PS3 still has some life in it. Actually, a lot of life in it. I still think we need to see some more games like be put out, like exclusive wise, like be put out on the PS3 that really show the like the upsides of the PS3, like graphics and people like developers actually using the cell processor that Sony put in it.
yeah. And some of the expectations I'm hoping for the PS4 is a new revamped PSN. Still make it free, but revamp it so that the web search engine doesn't freeze your PS4. Also make the chip or make the PS4 easy to develop for, not hard, so that developers will want to develop for it. Also make it and also show like something and make it like affordable at release day, so that it's not like $300 more expensive than the 720.
Like 600, like last time.
Exactly.
Well,
Wait,
I
you guys
think
say make a shot?
I think Naughty Dog they do a really good job of using the PS3 up to its full potential. I mean, like Uncharted, and their new game, The Last of Us. Man, it looks beautiful. It really does. But like I've said before, better graphics don't make for a better game. Which Naughty Dog does both. Great gameplay, great graphics. I could care less about the graphics, but I just have to comment on them. They're actually really good.
Yeah.
Like, I won't lie, when I first popped it in, that's possibly one of the first things I noticed.
Yeah, Scott, what's your thoughts on the PS4 release and expectations? What are you expecting out of the PS4?
PS4, I'm hoping we can have more RAM. We can go on web searching a little bit more faster. And hopefully make the dash, like when you send a message, you can voice into it like the Xbox. You can say, like, leave a 30-second message, instead of typing it. Have cross-game chat. I want something like what Xbox has, like the dashboard, like when you press it, then you listen to music while you're playing games. I thought that was really cool, but the PS3 didn't have that.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool X factor right there.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you. Put cross-game chat.
I think when the PS3 released, it was way behind, and it moved really slowly in my perspective. Like, in terms of, like, the software, the dashboard. XMB, But, I think the PS4, like, it should move a lot faster. Like, it should figure out its mistakes from the PS3 and then fix them all in the PS4.
Yeah, and also I expect the launch titles for PS4 to be, to be standard as well, because there's already I mean it's only going to be a matter of time before we see an Uncharted 4, and Killzone 4. So if those two are like the first two release games for the PS4, then expect the PS4 to, sell immediately, because people will want to, eat those up.
Well, the PS3 had I don't want to say it was terrible launch titles, but the only the first game I picked up for my PS3 was Resistance: Fall of Man. Every other game didn't really look that promising, but then I looked at Resistance, I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty cool. Didn't hear it, didn't look anything up about it, didn't look nothing, just picked it up on, just wild card, and I was really happy with it.
I think the PS3 is gonna probably come out in 2014. If not, the 720 comes out in 2013. Near the end of the year, I think the PS3 will come out sometime in 2014. I have a really good feeling about it.
You had to touch on that. Do you think that the PS4 should release the same year as the 720, or should Sony wait another year before
Well,
release the PS4 after 720?
well, I have a feeling with the Wii U is gonna come out this December. I think that's rumors I hear, but if they're gonna do that, I know Xbox really want to push out their next console because their Xbox 360 ain't that great because they had a lot of problems. But I'm not hating on the system, but I mean like way back then when they first launched out, like Red Lights of Death and
Right.
CD scratching and all that good stuff. But I think they want to push out the Connect more and all that with their next system, next 720.
Yeah.
I think Sony needs to wait in my eyes, because I want them to look at the 720, figure out what it does best, but make the PS4 better, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, I understand. And so that Sony can work out the kinks if the 720 has, if the 720 has any
Like-
kinks with.
Like look at the PS3 now. They almost caught up with the Xbox 360 in sales. They're only like 2 or 3 million away, being tied, or something like that.
Yeah. Now,
Go ahead, John.
I was going to say, now, as far as E3 goes, and I know some E3 predictions here. I think it's a stretch that we'll see the seven. I think it's a stretch that we'll see the PS4 at E3, but I don't think it's a stretch that we'll be seeing other Sony titles. I know that we'll be definitely be seeing gameplay of The Last of Us at E3. As far as and I think that that's a time that Sony will announce like some of their other big games. You know, maybe like Little Big Planet karting will be talked about during E3. More Vita stuff will be talked about during E3. Dust 514 may be shown. Halo 4 I think will be shown as well for as far as Microsoft goes. And I think that Guerrilla Games will show their new IP, as will Quantic Dream and all that. But and I think that also will probably be the time to show off Siphon Filter 4 if Sony Santa Monica does make one. But I think it's a stretch that we're going to see the PS4 at this year's E3. But I mean, there's still always that small chance, but it's very, very, very unlikely. What do you guys think we'll be seeing at E3 this year from all three companies?
You want me to go first, MegaShot, or you want to go?
You go first, man.
I think what the Sony's gonna do at their press conference, I think we're gonna do the same thing like we did to PS Vita. I think if we're gonna show the PS4 just a little bit, just talk about it like the Wii U did, just talk about it a little bit and show a little gameplay, and just toss it aside. And we're gonna go back to Vita and say we're gonna get some more new apps and all that stuff. Talk about some new apps we're probably gonna have out, and a couple of new Vita games. Definitely Dust 510. Definitely Dust game that looks really good. I'd like to hear some more about God of War 4. You can play as Kratos' brother, and here it might have multiplayer for that as well.
Yeah, and it would also, and you think that would also make sense for Naughty Dog to show The Last of Us as well.
Most definitely. I like to see them make out an HD collection with the Kingdom Hearts.
That'd be nice, and that'd be a great time to announce it since they're being mum right now on Versus 13.
Which I don't think it should be that hard to make a remake. And not a remake, I meant a remastered.
Yeah.
But then for the Xbox, we're going to probably show off more stuff for Kinect and stuff like that. And
Halo 4.
And definitely Halo 4. Probably talk about another Forza game, maybe. Who knows?
Oh yeah, and I also forgot about that new IP that was announced at the Game of the Year awards this year. That Cliffy B is talking about. That, like, I can't remember the name of it, but that's definitely going to be shown at E3 if it's not already out by then.
And Nintendo's going to push the shit out of the Wii U and for stuff for 3DS as well. That's what I'm thinking. Probably a couple of new exclusives they're going to probably put out, like new IPs. And hopefully Sony brings out that fighting game like Super Smash Bros. They're exclusive. Remember that? John, the rumors about the...
Yeah, title fight.
title fight. I like to see some gameplay of that. How about you, Make a Shot? What you want to see at the E3?
Mostly The Last of Us. I was really hoping. There has been. I don't remember if Kojima actually said this or if it was rumored. But apparently, after Rising is released, he's actually going to work on a true sequel to Metal Gear 4.
Oh,
That'd be
nice.
Yeah. Or continuing Snake. I don't know if it's gonna be Solid Snake or is a clone of the actual Solid Snake. So it's like a clone of a clone of a clone. So
Yep.
so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see. I don't think anything will be announced at this year's E3, but possibly next, or but mostly this year's E3. I'm not really looking forward to too much except for 720 PS4 and probably The Last of Us, and that's probably about it for me.
Do you think? Do you think any new IPs will be announced by Sony during that press conference?
Possibly.
You might see some more about Diablo 3 then too.
Yeah, Blizzard. Oh man, I really hope they release that game soon. Too.
Yeah, and also Microsoft, like I said, might be pushing. If it's not already out by then, maybe pushing Halo 4.
Shit, brain shit.
Sorry.
Lost it.
Also, by the way, I don't know if you guys know, but if you subscribe, oh no, okay, no, that's only for members before like November or something. I'm sorry, but
It's all right.
this is a great deal, though. I think it's a great deal. If you subscribe to one whole year of WoW, World of Warcraft, you get a free copy of Diablo 3.
Dude,
Really?
that's fucking crazy.
That's
It's
nice.
I was like, wow, man, and I saw that little only applies to members before the so I was like, damn it. I mean, I was a member before that time, but I wasn't subscribed, so I don't know if that counts or not. I should probably look into it a little bit more, but I'd rather actually have a physical copy. I'm hoping to get the collector's edition. I'd rather have that than a digital copy, and in my eyes, I would actually rather have that.
You think Metal Gear Solid 4 should have trophies?
Yes, I definitely should. But sad thing is, I'm gonna have to go and do everything all over again. Getting the bandana, getting the stealth, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Scott. Yeah, Scott, I concur on that. It should have trophies.
Like, when you buy like the Metal Gear Solid 4 collect Metal Gear Solid 4, and you buy the red case version, it will say on the back trophy support, but it doesn't have it. Which I hate that when they do that.
Yeah, tell me about it. One other thing that they may show at E3, which if they do, they'll probably show more in depth, is Resident Evil 6.
Oh, yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that
But
game.
there's been trailers going left and like there's this trailer's been bouncing left and right.
Well, what I mean is, they'll probably like show some actual gameplay. Like they'll show like Leon's gameplay for a little bit, and then they'll show Chris's gameplay.
And the Mercenary.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think about Capcom's new IP of Dragon Dogma? I think it looks pretty interesting. And if you get it, you get the beta code for the demo for the Resident Evil 6.
You do?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow.
I know the Xbox does. I don't know about the PS3 or not.
I saw the Resident Evil 6 trailer in GameStop actually, but whenever it showed a little scene of Leon, he looked pretty old. Like he's not rocking the gray hairs yet, but he looked pretty. He looked pretty like about to start getting wrinkly.
That's pretty good because he's been around for quite a while. I'm not expecting him to be like.
Yeah, and it's good that they're it's good that they're aging their characters and not keeping them the same age.
Yeah.
And actually get to see them like getting older and slower, but still kicking ass.
Yeah, that's true. Just like Solid Snake, man. He was only like what 30 something, and he was old as shit. But he had the appearance of being old, and I believe he actually had like I don't want to. That's kind of rude, but elderly symptoms like backaches and whatnot.
That shit happens when you get older.
Yeah, I know, but
especially has a hard job like that too, killing people and sneaking out behind people.
but he still had that badass attitude and badass character, which I really enjoyed. So
especially in Snake Eater.
yeah. Actually, that
So
was
what?
Big Boss, by the way.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
So it's fine. So yeah, because everybody gets those two guys mixed up anyway. But I think that one of my favorite moments in Metal Gear Solid 4 is when they is when they finally meet face to face at the end in the epilogue, where they meet in the graveyard.
Yeah, that was
I
actually pretty interesting.
when Big Boss and Solid Snake met face to face, I just got goosebumps.
Yeah,
I was like, the two most iconic characters in Metal Gear Solid history meet face to face.
yeah, but I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan. I mean, I have every Metal Gear Solid from Metal Gear Solid like the NES games all the way up to four.
And the thing is that when they actually met in the graveyard, I actually thought they were going to go at it.
S-
Yes, they were. Yes, they're old, but I thought they were still going to go at it.
I want to see what Kojima does like with that. If it continues like with Big Boss and Solid Snake, or if it's done.
Yeah. Now, a question for the both of you, because this is one of the topics we had. What past games did you guys really, like sit there and like say like, okay, I want to keep this game and I never ever want to get rid of it. It's like past games that you guys really enjoyed. Either one of you can go first on that one.
Want me to go first, make a shot, or you want to go?
All right, you can go first, man.
Doesn't matter to me, man.
Sorry, sorry. Go ahead.
I like the Zelda from Super Nintendo. Can't remember the actual name for it, but I love that version though.
Yeah,
The one you have to, I like the fact you can. First thing you have to do is help your dad out and all that stuff. Link his dad and all that crap.
yeah,
I actually like the story and it burned a lot of time. I
yeah,
definitely would like to bring that back and actually buy a Super Nintendo just for that game.
yeah. All right, Mega Shot.
Why don't you go ahead and go first, John?
Actually, I'm gonna say something along the Super Nintendo lines, and then I'm gonna go to the and then I'll go to Gen after that. I think it would be Final Fantasy V because of the fact that on Super Nintendo for Final Fantasy V, you get to have like different character classes, like you can have like Warrior, Thief, Red Mage, Blue Mage, White Mage, what have you. I really like those different job classes that you can be. As far as like a new gen game, probably my favorite new gen game would probably have to be Uncharted 2.
Nice, nice.
What about you?
Well, I'm gonna go back to the PS1 days. The original Metal Gear Solid, I really enjoyed that one, and I'm glad I picked that one up. And
Iconic.
yeah, and then coming up to new gen, probably Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. I mean, me being a big Elder Scrolls fan, I did play Arena and Daggerfall, but I they were pretty good. They just didn't feel like Elder Scrolls. I know that they were in the I know that they were the originals, but I was also growing up playing Morrowind and Oblivion, so I wasn't really used to the style of Arena and Daggerfall because
Um,
there were DOS and all that. But
yeah.
what I
Hey,
really
Scott.
go ahead.
Scott, what was your favorite like new gen game?
I'll let Mega Shot finish up. I can say mine.
All right. In Arena and Daggerfall, basically you could actually travel all across Tamriel, like to every continent. Like Elsewhere, Skyrim, Cyrodiil. Every continent. But then when it got to like Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim and all that, it was just like one continent. I would really enjoy seeing like multiple continents implemented in a new gen version of a new gen Elder Scrolls game. That'd be really nice to see.
That would be pretty nice.
But all right, go ahead, Scott.
This that'd be really hard for me. That's really hard. To be honest, I've I can see myself playing all the time and actually had it in my hands. It's probably has to be either Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. It had its bugs and problems, but when I played of it, I fell in love with it. It's a long story. and has different sides of the story. Whatever you pick, you can destroy the town. You have comma, whatever you do, and it gives it more playability.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
But for exclusive, I definitely pick Uncharted, definitely, or Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
So what are you guys playing currently? Like, what you guys picked up recently? What are y'all playing now?
Um, well, I've been here at Terminator 1988's house. I've been just playing NBA 2K12, and here at my house, I've been playing Jack and Daxter predominantly. I've been trying to get through the first game because I missed them all on the PS2. So I wanted to pick up the HD collection and try to get through it so I can give my actual full review on it. But as far as my first impressions of the first game, I'm really enjoying it.
I played Precursor Legacy pretty heavily actually, but I never played 2 or 3. So I probably need to pick up the HD collection. So that's probably my next pickup. What about you, Scott? What have you been playing?
My recent pickups, if you watch on my description, I got Kingdoms of Amalur, The Darkness 2, and Jack and Daxter HD collection. I've been playing more of the Jack and Daxter HD collection because I never got to sit there and enjoy those games on PS2 because I overlooked them because I wasn't really a big open-minded person of certain things, but now I'm more open-minded. I pretty much play anything. Like 60% done of Jack and Daxter. I definitely enjoyed the game. Pretty close to beating it. But while I've been playing Kingdom Amalur, really fantastic game. Love the gameplay. Graphics look pretty colorful, and I love the textures and the gameplay.
Nice.
And I never really played too much Darkness 2. I love the gore. I like the special fate, like the special kills and the special ways you can kill someone. You can bite their head off with the friggin' snake thing, and you can wrap them around and put the snake through your chest. That's pretty interesting. I never played the first Darkness, but what MegaShot said, he said he liked the first one better, but I need to buy the first one. I had a complete set in my collection.
Well, I like the first one better because it's a lot more interactive and like you felt more in the story than you did for the second one. But the second one really like implemented the use of the darkness a lot more than the first one ever did. So
Yeah.
it, I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
I would pick story. I would actually pick the first one over the second one actually. But the gunplay on the first one was actually pretty good too. Not s- and the second one, the gunplay is actually pretty amazing as well. But Scott, I would definitely recommend you pick up the first one just to get the feel for the first one because you'll definitely fall in love with the first one if you're having fun with the second one.
especially it's cheap as hell right now for
Yeah.
17 bucks.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Um, what, Scott? If you had to put your favorite genres in the top, like the top, say 3 to 5, what would your favorite genres of games be? If you had to put them 3 to 5,
Uh,
or if you had a top 3 or top 5, what would your favorite genres of games be?
I think I probably more like a top three, but let me go. Let me say them first. My first one is first person RPGs like Borderlands, Fallout New Vegas, Skyrim, like those type of first person RPGs. I like that. Feels like I'm more into the game. It feels like the game lasts more longer that way. And my second one is third person action RPG games. Those are really good ones too. Um, I like the storytelling and I like the action part as well. And third has to go with platforming. I love platformers like Jack and Daxter and Sly. And
Gotcha.
four is definitely sports games. I grew up watching sports, playing sports. Gotta have my sports fix. And five, um, anime based games like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z,
Tales of
Bleach,
Graces.
Tales of Graces, those type of things like into the anime. I'll definitely buy it. I'm definitely sold. Those are my top five different genres.
Nice, nice.
How about you, Make a Shot?
Um, to categorize, I would probably put it around, first person RPGs, like you said, Skyrim, Fallout New Vegas. Really big fan of Bethesda's work. Um, probably, yeah, third person, RPG, like you said. Also a big fan of that too. MMOs, I'm a big MMO fan. You know, World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic. You know, Eve Online, bunch of that stuff. Anime-based games too. Also, I'm a big fan of like Catherine, Valkyria Chronicles. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it.
Oh, yeah, that game is fantastic.
Like White Knight Chronicles also. Um, and shooters. I'm a big fan of shooters also. So I'm 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 pretty much everywhere when it comes to gaming. Platforming wise, I enjoy platforming, but it's not as up there as everything else is.
I like shooters, but like today's shooters are pretty much almost like Call of Duty or Battlefield. It just pretty much gets competitive after a while.
Yeah.
But I still like shooters. Don't get me wrong.
My top five would probably have to be third person action games. Um, um, I'm trying to think about what number two would be. Number two would be, would be the RPGs as well. Third would be platformers like Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper and Jack and Dexter. Four would be what would four be? Four would probably be the sports games, and five would probably be like the select first person shooters.
Pretty good.
Nice, nice.
I got a question for you guys.
What?
What would be your favorite Nintendo system to have from the Super Nintendo, from the original regular Nintendo to the Wii? What one would be the best one in your opinion?
NES. My opinion, NES. Mostly because I'm a big fan of Legend of Zelda, and that's where my roots are with Legend of Zelda is the NES. So that's what I'm gonna have to go with. What about you, John?
I'd have to go with the reason why, like I said, I go with Super Nintendo is because that's the console that I had played first, and then I had played Nintendo after the regular NES after. But Super Mario RPG was on Super Nintendo, and that was just such a fantastic game. I mean, it was with Mario. It was like an RPG with Mario characters, and I really, I was one of the games I really sat down and played for hours on end. So if I was to say, I'd probably say Super Nintendo, and if I could get one back, I'd get one back just for Mario RPG.
Nice, nice.
Nice.
What about you, Scott?
I think I have to go with the N64. My reason why is like I like the fact you can have I like the fact it had the N64 Mario. I like the Super Mario Kart. I liked GoldenEye. I love Perfect Dark. That game was amazing, especially playing with your friends. You can have that laptop machine gun. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I remember that.
Playing the old Pokemon Stadium games, those were pretty fun. And having that Pokemon emulator thing you can play with your on 64 was pretty good. And I like the old wrestling games like the WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy. Those were like, and NFL Blitz. Those are like my favorite games on the N64.
What about Super Smash Brothers?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So many goddamn good games for that thing. And Zelda Ocarina of Time and Legend the Zelda game.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah. Did I miss anything else or?
Well, actually, there was a N64 game that was quite underrated in my opinion, and I had it. And I had it when I had mine. Was Mischief Makers.
I forgot about Donkey Kong 64. That was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Going back to the genres, I forgot to list one in mind, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Stealth action games. Splinter Cell, Metal Gear. Well, Metal Gear Solid 4 could be categorized as a third-person shooter also, because you can play that game any way you want to. You could sneak, or you could, guns a-blazing.
Okay. Yeah, it's good you bring up stealth action because there's this question going around like, what character do people like better in that genre? Sam. Well, I know that there's a guy from Siphon Filter. I can't remember his name, but do you guys like Sam Fisher better or Solid Snake better?
Solid Snake.
I like XCO. My bad. He's stealthy, dude. I'm not gonna lie, he's assassin.
That's a good thing to bring up. I wouldn't mind seeing a stealth aspect being brought up to Assassin's Creed. Like you can
Actually,
actually sneak around. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah,
actually, in Assassin's Creed 3, if it's going to be more modern, like people say it, like the rumors are stating, then I can definitely see that happening.
Like you can instead of just walking around, you can actually sneak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Because there's times when I'm
See,
like walking up to people, I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure they'd hear my footsteps. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You must like what's it called? Deus Ex Evolution, because you can play that game either way.
Yeah,
yeah.
I really like Deus Ex. Yep. Oh man, and I forgot to answer the question of what we are playing. I forgot to answer that too. So
Uh,
basically, I've been playing, Kingdoms of Amalur, Darkness 2. I've been playing World of Warcraft, Skyrim pretty heavily still. Big Elder Scrolls fan here. I've also been going back to Oblivion, trying to finish that game up every quest. I feel like I missed out on a bunch of quests on that game, so I went back to it. Not many people liked Oblivion, and I really enjoyed Oblivion. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just some MMOs, Skyrim still, Kingdoms of Amalur. You know that? Yep. Oh, did you also know that the lead designer of Oblivion also was the lead designer of Kingdoms of Amalur?
I did not know that.
Me either.
Ken Rolston. Yep.
I know Kurt Schilling wanted to help to produce it, publish it, right?
What was that?
I could swear Kurt Schilling has some involved with that game as well. The
Uh,
pitcher for the Red Sox or the Diamondbacks.
no idea.
Yeah, yeah. It said something. It said something about that. That yeah, he was going to be on like Jimmy Fallon and like was it show off some gameplay?
I don't know, but I just thought I'd throw that out there because I like that pitcher. He should go in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. um, Now, if Naughty Dog makes an Uncharted 4, like what should they? Because I know they've added like subtle improvements here and there, but what should Naughty Dog do with Uncharted 4 if they make one? Like what should they add to make it different than 3?
Ooh, ooh. To be honest with you, I can't really see anything being changed. Like the game is really perfect. Oh god. I don't want to say anything about the climbing aspect because the climbing aspect is really, really actually pretty good. But I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more smoother movements, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sometimes I felt that way too.
Yeah.
Like Assassin's Creed has that problem sometimes as well.
Yeah, so pretty much like don't change anything about the game except just make Nate and Sully's movements more smooth.
Well, I think possibly the gunplay does get a little repetitive. And I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of change-ups here and there, but the gunplay is also very fun. So, but I wouldn't. Yeah, pretty much the climbing and the gunplay.
For me, I'd like to see a balance of the characters. You know, like 'cause I know that Uncharted 1 had a balance of characters. What I mean by that is see like Nate, Sully, and Elena, like like through the whole game without just because in 3 you saw hardly any of Elena. It was mostly Nate and Sully. In 2 it was mostly Nate and Elena without Sully. 3 it was Nate and Sully without Elena. So
But don't forget
in
Chloe.
4,
Yeah, Chloe.
yeah, and Chloe was hardly in there as it was in 3. So I'm saying in 4 they should make it so that they all have equal time in the game.
I
Well, how would you feel about like having Sully, like having all the characters in it? You know?
Yeah, I think it would actually be good because I mean, for the people that want like Sully to be in like the entire game, like he was in 3, keep that, but like make Elena be more involved in Uncharted 4. Same with Chloe. Make those
Yeah.
two more involved with the story in 4.
Yeah.
I like seeing 4 is see Drake be a dad because that could be possible. I like see more about Drake's parents and stuff. See like he was adopted or dropped off a basket, some orphan place,
That would actually
or if you have a long lost brother he didn't know about.
that I
Some
Scott, I agree with you. That would be probably I could definitely see Uncharted 4 going both of those ways, either like a prequel or Elena being pregnant and he becomes a father.
Well, like like the backstory with the whole his parents thing. I think that leaves room for your imagination. That's what I really enjoy about video games. These is like Skyrim. You're a prisoner. It leaves room. You basically set the prequel to that game. Does that make like the prequel to the main quest line?
Yeah.
You set it
But
with
how
your
do
imagination.
yeah. So with Uncharted 4 though, I mean if Nate and Elena are married, how do you think people would react if he became a father and he had a son?
That that would actually be kind of interesting.
Yeah, because if you think about it, Nate and Sully kind of have that kind of father and son vibe between the two of them.
Yeah.
If you see that relationship on screen in Uncharted 3, you can see that.
Yeah.
Oogity
Well,
oogity boo.
what do you think, Scott?
What do you think, Scott? Do you think it'd be good if Nate had a kid, or do you think people would, or do you think gamers would be like, oh my God, he's a father now? What's going to happen in 5?
Well, I don't know. This game probably be a lot of ass hurt fans anyways, because like people like Devil May Cry, like, oh yeah, he looks like emo. Like, trust me, he looked emo. I wouldn't fucking dare playing it. He looked like some fucking skinny kid cutting his wrist and stuff like that, and crying over stuff before he was fighting fucking zombies. And I meant fucking these weird demon things. All right, back on topic. I think I like change. I like to see different changes of the story. I just don't want to see the same shit. Like, oh, Drake is in trouble. He has to save Lena or do this and that. I like to see different perspectives. Like in the first one, it talked about a little bit about his childhood a little bit. Not too much about it, but give you a little taste of it. You know what I mean?
I like the fact that they did that flashback.
And I think, let's see, I want to see like you can actually play as each one of those characters. You want to play as Elena sometimes. You can play it. Like I know you can do that in multiplayer, but I want you can actually do it in the campaign. Like if my little brother and me want to play a split screen, he could be Sully, I could be Drake. That'd be different. Like teamwork aspect as different, some different type of gameplay. That'd be different. But I know if they do this in multiplayer, but I want to see it done in single player.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
Because don't get me wrong, I know if they do it in multiplayer, but I want to see it in single player.
So, moving on. What do you okay, let's say it's about to be the end of the world. You can only take one TV, one any game system you want, and 5 games. What would that game system be, and what would those 5 games be? Scott, you want to go first?
I'll let John go first because I have to think about it for a second.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. First off, I would not take my TV with me because my TV's not very good definition. I'd make sure I get a high definition TV first, and I would take my PS3 with me, and the games I would take would be Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and Infamous 2, and Heavy Rain.
Nice, nice. That's deep, man.
What about you, Scott?
Jeez, that'd be really hard. I would definitely bring my TV in my living room. That wouldn't bother me having that for the rest of my life. Let's see. System that'd be kind of. I think going with it'd be the PS2 or the PS3. Going with the PS3 because I know a little bit more. I can memorize more of the games on there. Definitely be Mass Effect 2. I love that game. It has a lot of replayability in it. It'll keep my time occupied for quite a while.
Yeah.
Definitely bring shit, what's it called, Zombie Island with me as well. Dead Island, my bad. Jesus, Zombie Island, damn. That's a good movie though. Definitely bring that game because that has a lot of things you could do and keep its story last a long time. Let's see. I definitely bring on Uncharted 2 with me. I love that game. Definitely bring Naruto on Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. That game is awesome. Let's see. Definitely Fallout New Vegas because I like that game as well. And that'd be pretty much about it because I think that's five.
Yeah, it's five. What about you, Mega Shot?
Oh man, it's a pretty big battle between my PC and my PS3. I wouldn't take my Xbox primarily because,
It could die.
yeah. But
Oh no, red rings.
I'm screwed for the rest of my life. No, but it's a big battle. So if I were to take my PC, I would probably take Skyrim, New Vegas, Fallout 3, Oblivion, and Kingdoms of Amalur.
Nice.
If I would
Sweet.
if I would take my PS3, I would probably take Oblivion, Killzone 3, Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. Oh man, and and the last one, I'm not gonna say Darkness 2 because that game's way too short. So I'll probably say Demon Souls and not Dark Souls. It'll be a big battle between Demon
Nice.
Souls and Dark Souls. Let's put it that way. So
Nice.
there's my five.
Yeah.
So what do you guys taking on MMOs? Are y'all ever gonna pick them up, or are y'all just gonna stay with the
Well,
consoles?
Well, my take on MMOs is would have to depend on the MMO. Like something like Mag would be. Take Mag for example. It's an MMO FPS. I mean, the community at first was very hot and all over the game and
Still is.
yeah, and there's another one coming out called Dust 514, which from what I understand, that's another MMO FPS, which looks pretty good. Sci-fi.
Actually, just Eve Online. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. CCP. They're actually developing Dust 514, and that game is going to cross play with Eve.
Sweet.
And basically the Eve players hire the mercenaries to fight, and that's what Dust 514 is.
Nice.
So
All right.
at least correct me if I'm wrong.
I have no idea. I don't know too much things about it so far.
But
And another MMO I like to try out would be World of Warcraft. I never tried that out.
actually, it's play for free to level 20, and the price monthly is actually not that bad.
And another MMO I like to try that a lot of people slam on is Final Fantasy 11 and 14 because those are MMORPGs. I like to try those out.
I heard it was more or less like a forceful thing to get yourself to level up in that game. Like you may not want to do it, but you'd force yourself to do it just to get better.
and that new Star Wars MMORPG that's out right now.
It's great. It's great. I'll tell you that it's fantastic.
I like to try that out too, but I get no problem with MMOs. It's just I can't play them because I don't have a good enough PC.
Well, World of Warcraft is not that big of a system hog, so you may be able to run that one too.
Trust me, with his piece of shits now, he's better off playing on his TV.
Scott, what's your take on MMOs?
I definitely want to play the Diablo, and I think ain't that like an MMO? Diablo.
It's got single player, so I wouldn't really categorize it.
Okay, I definitely want to play the Knights of the Republic, the new one. I want to try DC Universe Online on the computer instead of on the PS3 because I didn't really care for it on the PS3, but it might work better on the computer. Definitely want to try Wars of Warcraft sometime.
How about Dust 514?
I'll definitely buy that day one.
But yeah, man. If you want to get World of Warcraft, man, I'll play alongside you. I'll create a new character and everything.
Yeah, you gotta help me get set up with that because I don't know how to do that shit.
But yep. All right, guys. You got anything to add?
Pretty much brain shit out.
Well, you, John?
Yeah. No, just keep on gaming.
All right, guys, we're gonna close it right here. So, I'm MegaShotGamer here, along with 1984 Terminator and Terminator T 1988. Say what's up, guys. Say later.
Later.
Peace out, bitches.
All right, and just remember, keep gaming, guys, and we'll see you next week.